Before the 1980 season, Utah State softball coach John Horan resigned to return to military service, and that left his young assistant coach Kelly Phipps in charge. With a young team, halfway through the year, Utah State was only playing about .500 softball, but when freshman pitcher Mary Lou Ramm began to dominate, the Aggies became almost unstoppable, finally beating Indiana 1-0 to win the national championship in Norman, Oklahoma, as Ramm was named outstanding pitcher in the nation and the MVP of the College World Series. After completing recruiting for the Aggies' 81 season, she accepted the head coaching job at Iowa State, but the record will always show that even with her grad assistant status at Utah State, the 1980 national champions were coached by Kelly Phipps.
Certainly you have to have the talent and you have to have the core people there. But a team is a team. That's what a team sport is about, you know. And I think about all of us that fall kind of showing up on campus, new to everybody, new to campus life, new to Utah. Some of them, there was 3 kids that had never been west of the Mississippi. You know, I mean, there was a lot of firsts going on that fall. And one memory I do have was of John saying, okay, season's over, we're all going to go on a camping trip. And, you know, probably 75% of them had never been camping. So being the sports psychologist that he was before his time, you know, we loaded everybody up in the trucks and got everybody sleeping bags. You know, that was one of the great things about Utah State. You could rent cross-country skis for $3 for the weekend and sleeping bags and go out into the wilderness and have a great time. We loaded them all up, and you know, it was the first time they all slept under the stars in sleeping bags. And I wake up the next morning, John's got a big campfire going, and he cooks breakfast for 15 people over a campfire. You know, so it's those kinds of experiences that, you know, get you through. Are they nervous about playing? What were they thinking about? Did they get along? You know, all those things go to build relationships and a trust. You know, you trust that your teammate's going to pick you up if you make an error or strike out with people on base and that sort of thing. So it is a wonderful thing that a group of young ladies, and it was a small group, could do what they did. And like I said, it's a great thing they're getting recognized for that. We played well at regionals, but we came in second, so we had to wait for at-large berths to be announced, and we were selected. So at that point, you know, I think I mentioned to you, once you get to the dance, you know, everybody's 0-0. So they were excited, and they were competitors, and they knew they had an opportunity, and I think they took advantage of it. Double elimination tournament was the way they ran College World Series at that time. So I believe we won our first couple of games and then lost to Indiana. Went into loser's bracket. We ended up beating Texas A&M, who was picked #1 in the tournament. They were seeded #1, and beat them to get back to the finals with Indiana. And I believe Indiana had been there the year before and had finished in the top 5. So they were hungry, and thinking they were on the road to the national championship, and it's 2 close games. I think both of them were. The final game was 1-0, and I was very excited. I felt like it had been a long time coming to recognize the achievements of the 80-81 team, and it's been a lot of fun, kind of reminiscing and thinking about that time in my life and the people that were part of it. So it's very exciting, and it'll be great to reconnect with these young ladies.